You might be thinking, how does Among Us have any sort of completion? What even is there to complete in the game? Well, you might be surprised to find out that there is in fact 33 achievements worth of completion to obtain. That may or may not all basically revolve around just playing the game a lot. In today's episode of How to Complete, I'll go over exactly how to best unlock all of the achievements in Among Us, so you all can add another very easy completion under your belts. Welcome to How to Complete, a show where I break down exactly how to 100% complete a game efficiently, no matter which version of it you play, while avoiding any pitfalls along the way. In today's episode, I'll be showing you how to unlock all 33 achievements in Among Us so that you too can be the friend that nobody wants to play the game with. Let's get started. As of this recording in 2026, there are 33 achievements to unlock in Among Us. To get them all, you will need to win 3 normal games on each map, win normal games with various conditions, complete 500 tasks, kill 150 crewmates, win 50 hide-and-seek games as a hider, get 200 kills as the seeker in hide-and-seek, and complete some miscellaneous tasks for both crewmates and imposters. None of the achievements are particularly difficult to get, but having to do a large number of tasks and get a large number of kills in both the regular game mode and hide and seek is tedious and time consuming. So, along with the normal strategy section, I'll have a separate section of the video showcasing some cheese tactics you all can use to make getting some of the more grindy achievements easier. The game also has a built-in stat tracker to help you keep track of how many times you have performed an action or accomplished something. I'm not sure how accurate it is, as I checked mine and the numbers seem a bit low. For the record, I have all 33 achievements unlocked, and you can clearly see that according to my stats, I have not hit the goal for some of the achievements, but still have them unlocked. Perhaps it only started tracking these stats at a certain update and not since the release of the game, but nevertheless, it is a tool that is available to you if you are playing on a platform that doesn't track achievement progress automatically for you. Obviously, the best way to go about getting everything is to simply just play the game. A lot. Most of the achievements are tied to the classic game mode, with a small chunk obtained in hide and seek. You can make things easier on yourself and go for specific achievements if you get a group of friends together in an online lobby, which helped me get certain things done quicker than if I had tried to have them happen naturally in a random online lobby. But for the most part, things will happen naturally without too much effort being required. The first 4 achievements I'll talk about are unlocked by winning 3 classic mode games on each map. I say each map, but you actually don't have to win any games on the 5th and newest map, the Fungal, which is why there are only 4 map-related achievements. This should be relatively easy to accomplish since you can filter online games by map, so just go down the list and get your 3 wins on every map besides the Fungal. The next group of achievements are also tied to winning, but specifically winning a game with a certain restriction. Let's go over these one by one. For crewmates, you will need to win a game while you are alive, meaning that you're not a ghost, to get the Survivor achievement, win a game by having every crewmate complete all of their tasks to get the Well-Oiled Machine achievement, and win a game where every vote you cast during an emergency meeting was for an imposter to get the Sherlock achievement. For the imposters, you will need to win a game by killing all crewmates to get the Slasher achievement. The imposters specifically have to kill every single crewmate. If any crewmate gets wrongfully voted out, you will not get this achievement. Win a game by voting out a crewmate to get the Smooth Talker achievement. This means voting out a crewmate and making it so that there are as many imposters as there are crewmates, giving the imposters the automatic win. Win a game with a critical sabotage, like oxygen or reactor sabotages, to get the Saboteur achievement. Win a game without using vents to get the Circumventer achievement. Any imposter win method is fine as long as you don't vent even once. And win a 2-imposter game with both you and your other imposter alive at the end to get the Never Suspect a Thing achievement. You can also filter online lobbies by the number of imposters to make this achievement easier. With all of that covered, let's move on to some of the more specific role-based achievements. For crewmates, there is only one achievement tied to a role, which is the Guardian Angel. You just have to block 1 kill as this role to get the I Can Be Your Angle achievement. Other than that, as a crewmate, you just need to complete the swipe card task on your first try to get the impossible task achievement, and get killed during a medbay scan to get the Watch Me Scan achievement. Both of these things can be done on the Skeld map, which is the one that most of you watching are probably familiar with. For imposters, there is also only one achievement tied to a role, the Shapeshifter, where you have to kill someone while disguises them to get the Trust No One achievement. The only other miscellaneous imposter achievement is to get 3 kills before an emergency meeting is called, which gets you the Hunger achievement. The last 2 imposter achievements have to do with sabotages. One is the Crewposter achievement, where you have to fix a sabotage that you activated, and the other is Lights Out, where you have to kill someone while the light sabotage is active. Finally, we have the tedious achievements tied to completing lots of tasks and getting lots of kills. You will need to get a total of 150 kills and complete 500 tasks. You will unlock 4 achievements as you make progress towards the 150 kills goal, and 3 more achievements while working towards the 500 tasks goal. It is important to note that these 150 kills must be earned in the classic game mode only. However, tasks can be completed in either classic or hide and seek. They both count towards the 500 task goal. In the process of getting all of the previous achievements I mentioned, you will make progress towards these goals. However, if you're efficient, it is likely that you will not hit these goals before getting every other achievement. Now that we've covered the main game mode, let's talk about hide and seek. There are 7 achievements tied to this mode, and they're all very straightforward. At a base level, you will have to get 50 wins as a hider and 200 kills as a seeker. As a side note, if the imposter disconnects from the game, it counts as a win for the hiders, so keep that in mind. Reaching these goals will get you 4 achievements. As you play games of hide and seek, make sure to win a game as a hider while alive to get the Hidden Talent achievement, do all of your tasks as a hider to get the Perform Under Pressure achievement, and kill every hider as a seeker to get the No Escape achievement, rounding out our 33rd and last achievement. Like I said at the beginning of the video, none of these achievements are difficult. Some of them just demand a large time investment, which can be extended if you get unlucky and aren't able to go for certain achievements in online lobbies. So, now that we've gone through all of the achievements, let's talk about some of the ways to alleviate the tedium of doing the longer ones. Now, I'm going to preface this section by saying that I will not blame anyone for choosing to employ the strategies I'm about to outline. Forgive me for also going on an unprompted tangent, but I kinda wanna get this off of my chest just for future reference if this talking point ever comes up. Some people may get uppity and say that choosing cheese strats makes your achievement earning invalid or inauthentic. My personal stance on the matter is, as long as you are not using outside tools to alter your game or cheat in any way, then any strategy to unlock an achievement is valid, especially if the strategy is a result of a glitch that the developers overlooked and haven't patched out. In the case of Among Us, obviously there's no chance the developers would ever remove achievement unlocking from private lobbies, and none of the achievements in the game really require any skill. We just want to cut back on some of the time it takes to get the long task or kill-based achievements. You are more than welcome to not utilize anything that I'm about to talk about. My goal is simply to spread awareness and help those that don't want to spend hours upon hours playing Among Us to get a specific thing to happen, or to get 150 kills and complete 500 tasks. TLDR, it's not that deep. With that said, let's get into it. I'm sure you all can imagine that basically every single one of these achievements can be unlocked by just using alternate accounts or having friends hop in a private lobby and letting you get everything you want to get. The minimum number of participants needed to start a game is 4, so if you can get that many people/devices all in the same lobby, the world is your oyster. As a small side note, you will need 5 people if you want to get the 2 imposter win achievement, but other than that, 4 should suffice for everything else. This will be a big help for forcing certain scenarios to play out, but doesn't really remove any of the slog of racking up kills in both classic and hide and seek, as well as tasks and wins in hide and seek. It would also require your friends to stick around for however long those achievements take, or the managing of multiple devices at once, which is not always ideal. Fortunately, there is another tactic available to us that can be taken advantage of without the use of extra devices or other players. To set this up, you will need to enter a public online lobby and load fully into the game after roles have been decided. Once you load into the map, disconnect yourself by turning off your internet and trying to move. The game will then kick you back to the main menu. Then, you should go to a practice lobby. Once you're in the practice lobby, you can reconnect to your internet. For whatever reason, doing this makes it so that the game will continue to track your stats as if you were in a real game, even if you're in the practice lobby. Now, you can set up tasks and dummies to kill that will add progress to the task and kill achievements. For me, the most convenient setup was to go to the Mira HQ map in the practice range and either go around killing all of the dummies if I wanted to get the kills achievements, or set up a few tasks to do if I wanted to get the tasks achievements. The dummies in the practice lobby will automatically revive once you kill them all, so it makes it really easy to get those achievements. This is probably the most efficient way to do this, but you can experiment with the practice lobby and see what works for you. It is important to note that this will only work for the classic mode of Among Us. Unfortunately, there is no equivalent strategy for hide and seek, so those achievements are just going to have to be unlocked the old-fashioned way, or in a private lobby. Regardless of how you want to unlock everything, at the end of the day, the only factor you have to deal with is time. It's just going to take a good chunk of time to get through every achievement the game has to offer, but knowing what each one requires exactly will help us be efficient and waste as little of that time as possible. Among Us is a game that I always enjoy coming back to play with friends, and for a multiplayer game, has a surprisingly easygoing achievement list. The biggest issue lies with the achievements having to do with doing something X number of times, with X being a number that requires a lot of playtime under normal circumstances. But since there are ways we can get around having to do everything in a random online lobby, they become much more doable. Bit of a quicker episode today, but hopefully this guide organizes everything very nicely and helps someone out in the future. Thank you for watching this episode of How to Complete. Let me know in the comments if any of you have had a hard time getting any of the achievements, or if you have any other tips and tricks that I didn't go over in the video. Also, let me know what games you would like to see covered on the show next. Be on the lookout for future episodes, and if you want to see what I'm currently playing, follow me on Twitch at ZorphyoTTV. It'll give you a hint as to what games get covered in the future. I'm trying my best to hit 100 followers on Twitch before my 1-year streaming anniversary, and it would be awesome and very appreciated if I could hit that goal. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of How to Complete.